Okay, so I thought I would show everyone what currently doing with the electric window swap. I'm at the sort of halfway stage now. As you can see, the window regulator is out, the manual one. It's on the floor here. It's a little bit beat up because yours truly had quite some annoying water leaks coming in, so sealed it all. Eventually got it to stop leaking and then ripped it all back out again. Yeah, normally these are not too bad to remove. You just have to disconnect the glass, which is basically a little sort of roll pin that goes in there, which I'll show you just now. There it is. So yeah, what you're currently looking at is two nylon roll pins. There's the big one, which I'm trying to get it to focus. Come on, gonna focus? There we go. Yeah, there's the big one here, which goes into the glass and then into the window carrier, and the little small one there as well, which then pushes in and holds it in place. And you use a 4mm bolts to remove them. You just screw it in and then very, very delicately sort of wiggle it, and then this bit comes out, and then you can pull it out, and then the glass will be removed. So luckily the glass stays up out of the way. So yeah, what I'm doing just now is cleaning the inside of the door. Got all the sealant off, and I've just been prepping around the sides here because the door did get a little bit of damage when I removed the carrier, because obviously it was all stuck on. So yeah, I've just painted it over it all with rust treatment. It's basically for bare metal rust. And then yeah, I'm gonna give it a lick of paint and then put the new carrier on. Yeah, all the rivets have been drilled out, and we'll then be putting the electric regulators in. These ones are in really good nick because they hadn't been sealed, luckily. So yeah, I got those out of the car at the scrapyard literally within like 10 minutes each. They're very easy to do. Yeah, and then the wiring can be done, which is literally just positive and negative for the motor, and illumination as well for the switch, which for that I'll just tap into the lighting circuit. It goes to light the normal plate lights. So yeah, it's not a bad job really. See, this was definitely the worst one, was removing the sealant. As you can see, it's all on the floor here. It's quite thick and heavy stuff because I use quite a lot. But yeah, I started off doing the worst door. The other side I've sealed as well, but not to the same extent as this one. So yeah, it'll be worth it at the end when I've got electric rear windows. Okay, here's another video of the door carriers back in now. They do work. I have tried them, which is nice. And it's all actually gone pretty well so far, touch wood. Yeah, I've had to, as you can see, use different rivets here because unfortunately I couldn't get the right size ones to go into the factory holes. I mean, all the rivets that were in the sort of hardware shop were a few mil too small, so they would snap off before they would actually grip and do their job. So yeah, what I've done is drilled new holes and put slightly smaller rivets in. They're literally a millimetre smaller, if that. Then filled the original holes with sealant and put some heavy duty tape over. So it's still pretty solid. Well, in fact, it's very solid. It's just as it was, to be fair. Problem is, I've got OCD and I like things to be absolutely factory. So it's as close as I can get it. But yeah, what I ended up doing is, you can see all this. This is basically rust treatment and grey primer. And the reason that's on there is because obviously I drilled new holes, and it's just nice to keep everything where it's not going to rust. But yeah, the windows work. I'll show you the wiring just now. As you can see, it's just here. Those are the two wires. The other two there is for the rear speakers. And what I need to do is connect onto these wires and run them to the power distribution block. Obviously I'll fuse them as well, 15 amp fuse. And yeah, it should be all good. In fact, I'll show you them working. Hang on a minute. Okay, I've literally just rigged the battery up just now, just so you can see them working, or at least this one. Yas. Okay, so we are getting there with the car. That is the doors built up, as you can see. Switches in, all works. Need to get a blanking grommet to put in there, but that's not a big issue. This side is yet to be wired. This side is nearly done, but I'm just showing you where it is at this stage. Basically all the interesting stuff at the moment is in the door rubbers here. Now, I don't know if you can really see, but I've got this piece of twin core, which is going to run to the fuse board at the front. This is the main power for the motor. And we've also got this here as well. This is basically going to be tapped into the side light loom. This is for the switch, the illuminated switch. So what I've done is I've literally just soldered the wires just there, as you can maybe see. Yes, they will be getting taped over with electrical insulation tape. Well, it's like a fabric tape. And that is so this little switch will light up as well. So it will literally be a factory install when it's all done. But yeah, as I say, I've tested it and it all works, hence the reason the battery's sitting down there. This is my extremely safe way of testing electrics. But yeah, the wiring works and everything's gone pretty well. So there's a few more hours of work, I would say, to get this finished. Plan is to get it done tonight. And yeah, should be good. That's the old ancillary carriers. There we go, the manual ones. I was told I could have actually used these as the electric ones, and all I would have needed to do is just attach a drill onto the spindle. Just have two battery powered drills in the back, but I didn't think that would look quite factory enough for my liking. But yeah, I also got new number plates as well, as you can see there. I actually messaged the people who originally sold this car back in 2007, the original dealership, and they sent me some number plates, so thank you very much for that. Looks a lot better. They even sent me a dealer sticker for the back window. But yeah, everything's coming on pretty well. It's actually a very enjoyable job. Okay, this is a bit of the wiring which I'm going to try and explain to the best of my ability, because it's a little bit confusing. But this is, as I say, the wiring for the power windows. What I am needing to do is wire them into what's known as the X contact relay, which is just hanging down just here. Now this is the relay that shuts everything off when you start the engine, so you know, like your headlights and your wipers and everything, they stop when the engine's cranking over, and that's because of this relay just in here. There, I'll try and get a better view on that. I've taken it out of the little relay holder which was up here, and the reason I need to tap into this is because the rear windows need to have power cut to them when the engine's cranking, because when the engine's cranking over, the battery voltage drops down to about 10 volts, and it's obviously, it fluctuates when it's cranking over, hence the reason your lights and stuff flicker. And this fluctuating voltage upsets the rear window motors, and it stops them working unless you disconnect power to them, wait for about 3 or 4 seconds, then reconnect power, then they sort of reset themselves. It's because the window winder motors, they actually have a bit of logic in them. So if you can see here on the multimeter, I turn the ignition on, it goes to 12 volts. And if I turn the key just slightly like that, that cuts power. In fact, hang on, the power just cuts completely down, then comes back on. And that's because the relay, as I say, shuts power off to any sort of high current drawing applications, like say your wipers, your headlights, and your front electric as well. And I'll try and give you a visual demonstration on this. This is going to be very difficult to do because obviously one-handed, but I'm just resetting my window because I had power off to it. See, I've just turned the key and it stopped it. Turning key, see how it stops the window. And it's same with the wipers as well. See? And I say that's due to the X contact relay doing its job and cutting power to things when the engine's cranking over. So yeah, what I need to do is wire the rear electric windows into that relay so power's cut as it should be, and yeah, that should be it done. I do apologise if this bit of the video seems a bit hard to understand. It's quite difficult to explain it. But yeah, as I say, I'll pull the wires out now, the test wires, because I know which one does what. But there we go, it's relay 18, and it usually lives up above the CCM module, which is currently hanging down there, and it usually just goes in one of these holes up the top there. So yeah, I need to tap into this and draw power out of this, well, off the circuit, and then yeah, that'll be the wiring done. So all good fun. So yeah, the back windows only work with the ignition on, as they should do, basically as the front ones do. The other same. and I don't know how well you're going to be able to see this. That little light in there now lights up as well. You can almost see it's a slight green colour. So yeah, that lights up as it should. These ones also light up, but these are in red, as you can see, because I changed them. So I need to change the back ones as well. In fact, if I turn the brightness up on that, possibly see it better. Maybe not. It's hard to see. But yeah, they light up. So yeah, taken a few days of work to do. Probably about 2 days from start to finish. But it was worth it. It's because I wired it all in sort of as it would be from the factory. I didn't just shove them straight onto the battery. I did a lot of prep work in the doors as well, like rust proofing and everything, so that added on to it. But there, definitely a good mod. I wouldn't recommend doing it if you haven't got much knowledge in electricals, because it is quite in depth, because you have to solder into wiring under the dash and everything if you want it to work properly. So yeah, it's all good.